Hi everyone. Today I have a special guest. She's a laughter yoga instructor. Her name is Caroline Morin. And we're going to go through a few questions to see what laughter yoga is and then have a personal session together. So stay tuned. She's coming. Caroline.
Hi, so nice to be with you today, Lydia.
Hi, thanks for joining me.
Everyone.
Cool. Well, I think that it would be good to know what laughter yoga is. I had never heard of this before I talked to you. So what is it? I'm excited.
Well, it's actually the best question to start with, right? Because many people have a misconception about what this is. Some people will just think that you actually do yoga, complicated yoga poses while you're laughing. Well, I got to tell you, that would be very difficult to do. So let me just explain it to you. And I think you will have a better understanding of what the concept is. So laughter yoga is a unique concept where we laugh for no reason. We don't use comedy. We don't make any jokes. We don't even use humor. We initiate laughter as a group exercise. And by looking into each other's eyes in a very playfulness way, laughter quickly becomes natural and contagious. I've got to say that the reason why we call this laughter yoga is because it combines laughing exercises with yoga breathing. Okay. So it brings more oxygen to your body and brain, and people will feel more healthy and feel more energy, basically. And believe it or not, laughter yoga is based on scientific studies that show that the body doesn't make any difference between a natural laugh and a simulated laugh if it's done with energy and intention. And people will feel the same psychological and physical benefits. So it's awesome. And laughter yoga was actually created in India by a generalist doctor called Dr. Madan Kateria. And he started his first laughter yoga club with only 5 people in a park in Mumbai in 1995. And since then, more than 1,000 laughter yoga clubs were created all over the world in more than 72 countries. So it's a global movement, definitely.
Yes, spreading happiness. I love it.
Yeah. And you know, the purpose of laughter yoga is to bring peace in the world through health and happiness and laughter, of course.
Yes, I love it. How did you discover it? It's not like I've never really seen anyone practice it. I've never really been to a laughter yoga studio. So how did you discover the practice?
Yeah, well, it's actually very interesting because a few years ago, I was watching a show on TV and there was a guest on the show and she was talking about laughter yoga, and she's actually the person who trained me to become a laughter yoga instructor. Her name is Linda Leclerc, so I'm sure her name will come up again in this interview, but she was on TV just explaining the concept, what it was, just providing the definition and doing some exercises on TV. And I thought at the time that it was kind of weird. Like I didn't know what to think. But I thought it was still very interesting because I love laughing and I thought it was like an easy way to do it. So it just stayed in the back of my mind and nothing happened after that. So a few years later, I was going through a very stressful time at work and I was speaking with colleagues and we were trying to figure out ways to lower our stress level. Like some people were doing yoga, some people were drawing, taking pictures, doing different things. So this is when this concept came back in my mind and I thought, you know what? That would be interesting to see what it's like. So I reached out to Linda Leclerc and I said, hey, is there any training coming up soon? Because I would be interested in doing this, just laugh for no reason. That sounds like a good plan, Yeah. So I contacted her and a few months later, there was a training going on in Montreal. So I attended and this is how I actually became a laughter yoga instructor. But before I decided to subscribe and to do the training, I had never been to a laughter yoga club. I had no idea what it was like. It was like I'm just going there. I just want to do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Diving right in.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
exciting. So how do you get certified? So you said you attended some classes. How long does it take? Is it a huge investment? How does it work?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you have to register, and it's a weekend training. So you're there for 2 full days from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock. And you learn about the concept. You practice a lot and a lot of laughter exercises. So you become like super good. And at the end of that training, it comes out very naturally. So that's really, really good. So you learn a lot from that teacher, Linda, and this is how you get certified. So there's no big test at the end, but you have to go through different exercises to show that you would be able to manage a laughter yoga club, that you would be able to explain the critical points that you need to mention when you talk about laughter yoga. And when you finish at the end of the weekend, you get that little certification saying, hey, congratulations, you're now a laughter yoga instructor. So this gives you the right to open a laughter yoga club, to go into businesses, schools, and just like practice laughter yoga. And to your question about if it's a big investment, of course it costs money because it's like training, right? But it's a good investment personally, because once you know how to do it, you can practice this concept, any day, anytime, with anyone. And it's really good for the body and mind. It gives you energy and stuff. So just to be able to practice this very easily is awesome. It's like a big return on investment. And once you have that little certification, you can actually go into businesses, into schools, and you get paid for it. So, you kind of get back this money from your investment, from, the cost of that class. So for me, it's not a big investment because I know what this is about. I think it's fun. I think it's a very different concept, and I would do it again, in a heartbeat, for sure.
And you can spread the laughter after you were certified. So that's really exciting. And then, so you've been talking about how much you like it and it's a great investment. But what do you like the most about practicing or about giving a session with people?
Yeah. Well, what I like the most, there are a few things. So first of all, I like that it's accessible. So, and again, I'll come back a lot on, once you know how to do it, and I'm talking about how you can come up with this natural laughter, and you do it with energy and intention. So once you know how to do it, you can actually practice it anytime, any day, in any situation. So if something is super stressful and you would usually react in a very negative way, you can actually turn this around and be like, you know what? Instead of being upset about this, having, let's say you work in an office and you just got 10 files within 2 minutes and you're freaking out because you don't know what to do. So instead of freaking out, why don't you stop and then you just laugh about those files? And it creates this, like, it becomes so light, and you can, again, just turn this around and laugh for no reason because you know how to do it. So that's what I like very much. And it's accessible because when you go to Laughter Yoga Club, it doesn't cost a lot of money. So it's accessible to anyone, as long as there's a Laughter Yoga Club in your area, of course. But if you do go, you don't need to subscribe. You don't need to go every week. You don't need to go every month. And usually, if there is a cost attached to going to a Laughter Yoga Club, it's extremely minimal. I think the maximum that I have seen is like probably $3, $5 for a session.
Wow.
So you just go if you want. If you like it, you don't like it, you go back, or you don't. It's up to you. But it's very accessible because it's low cost. It is guaranteed that you will laugh and you will get all the benefits, psychologically, physically. And what I like also very much is that you don't need to be in a positive state of mind to practice laughter yoga, because there's an expression that says that happiness brings laughter, but it's actually the opposite. The more you laugh, the happier you are. So when you start laughing, maybe at the beginning, oh, I'm not really into it. I just had a fight with my boyfriend, or, my kid just upset me, or, I don't feel like laughing. And then you hear people, you look at people in the eyes, and then they start laughing for no reason. So you're like, oh, that must be funny. So, hey, I think I'm going to laugh too. And the more you laugh, the more you want to laugh. So it's a chain of reaction, it's like contagious. There are so many reasons why I like this concept, but yeah, and you can practice it with kids, with elder people, in businesses, with your friends, family, your cat, if you want to practice it with your cat, or your fridge, if you want to laugh at your fridge because there's no food left. Who knows, But any occasion in your life, you can switch around, laugh about it, and this becomes laughter yoga, and you laugh and you get the benefits. So yeah, that was a long answer, wasn't it?
I love it. And I'm already getting cheek cramps, so I don't know what that's going to be like later.
Yeah. And Lydia, what's interesting about this is that when you smile, your body and your mind thinks you're happy. So if you get up in the morning, you're in a bad mood, I think the first thing you should do is just smile. It sends signals to your brain that, hey, wait a minute, I thought she was upset this morning when she got up. But no, look at her, she's smiling. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and produce some endorphins and make that person happy, So it's just one little thing that you can change in your life that is kind of attached to laughter yoga, and that will just bring happiness and change things in your body and in your brain. So yeah, it's pretty intense.
You're tricking your brain into being happy.
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah.
I love it. So then if it's this wonderful thing, would you recommend laughter yoga to a specific type of person or for specific reasons or in specific situations, or is it just anytime, any day?
Well, there are a few counterindications. So if someone suffers from heart conditions or from an uncontrolled disease, or someone is going through a dangerous pregnancy, it's not recommended. Because when we practice laughter yoga, what we do is we do it with energy and intentions. It's not exaggerated. That's not the point. Like, we don't want to see a forced laugh. So if you have a heart condition, I can tell you for sure that when you practice laughter yoga, your heart palpitation go up for sure. And you feel like you are actually doing a workout. Your abs work, hurt. So there's something going on in your body. So if you do it with too much energy, it could be dangerous for you if you have a disease or something like that. But it's actually for everyone. I've done sessions with kids. It's so funny because, they're really into it. They'll do whatever, if it's fun, yeah, sure, we'll do it. You can do it with elder people, in businesses, when you're with your family, your spouse, whenever. So there is no restriction in terms of who you can do this with. It's just you have to be careful and maybe do it with less intensity if you have a medical condition that doesn't allow you to do it. And what's great about it too is that it's not about language, right? It's about laughing all together for no reason, without any judgment, all at the same time. So if you speak Japanese or if you speak English or French and you all get together, you'll have this connection and it will become contagious. And no matter the language you speak, you'll be able to just laugh with each other because, laughter is international. There's no language. Everyone understands this. It's global, So yeah, it's for everyone. Some people will have some sort of inhibitions like, this sounds like weird. Why would people laugh for no reason? Like, I would go to a comedy show and laugh. But when you do that, what happens is that when someone tells a joke, it triggers something in your left portion of your brain. So it's like your brain thinks, oh, is this funny? Should I laugh? Oh, it's too late. Oh, well, the joke is not there anymore. But with laughter yoga, it triggers something in the right side of your brain. Is it the right? Hold on. Is it the right side? So the right side of your brain. So this is where the creativity is located. You don't need to think about, oh, well, is it funny or not? If I laugh, will people judge me? It's just like doing it all at the same time, no judgment, and that's about it.
I feel like politicians should do this together before talking about world problems and issues.
Yeah, probably. I think that would help. You just have to be, you don't have to be afraid. You have to take this step and go to the club. And they say that it takes probably 2 to 3 sessions when you go to a laughter yoga club before you get used to it and your body understands what's going on and you get the benefits. So you have to give yourself a chance when you try it, because you may not like it when you start, but then the more you do it, the more you'll be like, man, this is so easy and awesome. And when you think about it, in society, our laugh will depend on situations, right? Something happens, you laugh, but it will last only for a few seconds. So we don't have many occasions to laugh in our lives. And it's sad, we probably laugh for less than a minute per day, which is not a lot. Not enough, definitely, to bring all those benefits in your body and mind. So when you practice laughter yoga, in order to get the benefits, you have to laugh between 10 to 15 minutes without any interruption. But you actually create the situation. You don't even need a situation. You can laugh at your car that doesn't start, or at, whatever, but it doesn't even have to be a funny situation. And you can actually, for sure, laugh for 10 good minutes per day. And this is equivalent to like working out in terms of the calories you burn and the effect on your brain, your body. So that's really good. And if you think about it, you can do it while you sit, while you lay down on your bed, when you're walking, when I don't know if I would do it in the subway or the bus. It's a little weird, but you could still try. I mean, people would just look at you and start laughing anyway. So
it'd be beneficial for everyone, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Probably.
I love that. I feel like we should test it out. You just go in a subway or on the bus and start laughing.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be awesome. So we're going to go into our session soon, and I'm really excited. Honestly, my cheeks are already, like, just looking at you, I'm just smiling. So this is going to be fun. Not because you look funny, because you're just like a happy person.
Oh, thank you.
So what should I expect going into this session? What do we start with? Do we just start laughing right away? What does it look like?
Okay, so because you're new to it, I wouldn't do that to you. Like, expect that you would just get into it, because you would probably just leave and I would be doing this video on my own. So I don't know. I think I'll just explain it to you. But we're going to do a short version of what we would usually do in the laughter yoga clubs. Usually when we do a sessions, it's always the same structures. I just wanted to explain this to you just in case people would be interested in, going to a laughter yoga club. They wouldn't kind of know what to expect. Usually people come in, and again, it's voluntary, right? So you don't have to subscribe. You just go to a laughter yoga session. I think you're going to share a link to the Laughter Yoga School, which is owned by Linda Leclerc. So there are links there where you can see if there is a laughter yoga club in your city, and then you can attend on that day and time. But usually during the session, what happens is we kind of introduce ourselves. We talk about the rules. So you should not, chew gums, because obviously that is dangerous. We kind of explain how the session is going to work. And then we start with doing some exercises to kind of activate our brain that something's going to happen. We clap our hands, and there's a certain way to do it. But I'm not going to do it with you because it would take probably an hour. So I think we don't have that time, but we can skip a portion of that session. And then what we do is we do laughter exercises. So that's something that we're going to do today. Basically, as an instructor, what I do is I'm going to explain to you what kind of laugh, what kind of exercise we're going to do. And then we start laughing, and you do the same as I do. So I can give you an example. If we laugh about the fridge, well, I'll explain to you, okay, so this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to pretend that we're opening the fridge door, and we look into it, and then there's nothing in the fridge. So we're just going to point at the fridge and laugh about it. And then I say at the count of 3, all at the same time, we start laughing and pointing at the fridge. I do 3, 2, 1, and then we start laughing. And then we go around randomly, look at each other in the eyes, because that's very critical, And then it becomes contagious. And then we do this for maybe like 30 seconds. Then we take a deep breath, and then we keep going with another exercise. So there's like hundreds and hundreds of exercises we can do. Like, there's no limit. And after that, we take a little break, and then we do laughter meditation. So usually when we are in a group, what we do is we lay on the floor, and our heads have to be close to each other, because we want to hear people laugh, because we're not going to look at them. So we close our eyes, and for 10 minutes without interruption, we just close our eyes and we start laughing for no reason. We just laugh. And it may sound like, yeah, is that really possible? Because I mean, if you didn't say anything funny, why would I laugh for 10 minutes? Like, come on, like, really? So yeah, that happens. And then you just laugh and laugh. And then it will go like this. You'll laugh so hard and your abs hurt so much, and then it'll go down. And then you'll hear someone, and then you'll go again up and down. So it's like a wave of laughter. So you just go with the flow. And sometimes you don't feel like laughing so hard. So you can just smile, or you can just hear the others, or you can laugh silently, because you can do that too. It also hurts the abs when you laugh without making any sounds. Yeah, that's actually an official exercise you can do. So yeah, if you are in that bus and you just want to practice laughter yoga, but you don't want to do it out loud, you just do it silently, and then eventually it will come out, I'm pretty sure, out loud. But anyways, that's a good way to start if you're a little shy. And then after that, what we do is we take deep breath and we kind of reconnect with the world, because with the energy that this is creating in the group, we have to kind of calm down a little bit. And then we share our experience. How did you feel? What's the feedback? That usually takes about an hour.
Okay.
And let's say there's a Laughter Yoga Club with sessions every week. The exercises will change from week to week. So let's say it's Christmas time. We're going to do laughter exercises about Santa Claus. So we'll do like the belly laughter, or we'll do like, hey, I'm giving you a gift that you don't like, so let's laugh about it, or things like that. So we adapt all the time. And that last portion, the meditation, is always the same, because there's no exercise. It's just like free laughing. And that's my favorite part. That's what I like.
Fun.
It's like, oh, and then it's over, and then you're like, oh, wow, okay, this is great. This is great. And when you do it, what's funny, when you lay down the floor and you do the laughter meditation, it's funny because what I've experienced is that sometimes I was not in a really good mood. I didn't want to, do the session. And then when I started laughing at the end during the meditation, I would start thinking about, oh my God, I can't believe my boyfriend just told me that. This is hilarious. And then I can't stop, thinking about it. And I laugh about it. And it's so funny because I think, oh my God, he doesn't know. He just doesn't know. And then it just doesn't stop. And it goes on and on and on. And then you come back home and, oh, why was I upset about my boyfriend again? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, that thing. And then you start laughing again. It just went through your mind through this little transformation and got out. And it was just like, it's funny because you laugh, you have no reason. And then reasons come to your mind, and then you even laugh more because it's like, yeah, this is crazy. Anyway, so what we're going to do today, we're not going to do the whole session because, again, it would take too much time. So what we'll do is we'll laugh for 10 minutes. So we'll probably have to monitor the time to make sure that we respect the time and you get all the benefits from it. It's a little bit different because we're not together in the same room, but I think it can still be contagious. I've experienced that with other people doing this online, and it still works. So we're going to do a few exercises, laugh for 10 minutes, and then you'll share your feedback.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because we use our body so much, we need to do a little bit of stretching. So it's nothing complicated, but we're just going to do, if you could just do it with me, we'll do some stretching. We don't, it's unfortunate we don't stretch our cheeks because I know we're going to use them a lot. Just a few seconds. And then we go on the other side. All right.
It looks like you do this often because your neck really goes low.
Yeah, right? All right, let's do this. Just for a few seconds. And then on the other side. All right. All right, and then we just do this. Woo! Feels good. All right. So before we start, one of the things I would want you to do is get rid of those inhibitions. Like, hey, you know what? And just do this movement with your hands. Like, you know what? It's fine. No judgment. We're gonna just do this. All gonna be fun and stuff. So you kind of get rid of this. Like, go away. Like, you know what? Everyone is here for the same purpose. So we're just gonna do this together, right? Awesome. All right, so I'm just going to explain to you what we're going to do, but we're not going to stop in between each exercises because I want us to do this for 10 minutes in a row without interruption. So you just follow the flow, do as I do, and remember that laughter has to come from the abdomen, and you have to laugh with energy and intention. And again, if you don't feel comfortable doing it out loud, you can laugh like this.
This is already contagious.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So I think we're going to start with one exercise. I'll keep changing exercises. We'll just do a few. And maybe at some point, I won't even do an exercise anymore and we'll just be laughing. When I do a movement, if I do something with my hands, or whatever, you should just do the same and kind of go with the flow. All right?
Yes.
So I think I'm going to start with the laugh from the heart. All right? So we're just going to do this just to activate something in our heart. And then we're going to... do you have a timer? Because I want to make sure we laugh for 10 minutes.
At least 10 minutes. Okay. Timer. Let's do a stopwatch, just in case we go over. Okay.
All right, so just tap your heart a little bit, and then we're going to start laughing slowly.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, we're gonna do the self-appreciation laugh. We're gonna do the I don't know laugh. Oh, I just got my credit card bill. Look at this. Oh my God, look at the balance. Okay, let's do letters.
is also contagious.
Now just laugh.
Oh. My cheeks, how are you doing? Ah. Oh my God. Oh, my cheeks.
All right, let's take a few deep breaths. I think we're not going to get to 10 minutes, but it gives you an idea.
Oh, it hurts.
All right, so let's breathe in and imagine that we're breathing in peace. We're bringing peace into our body. All right, so let's take deep breath. Oh, hold. Take another one. And one last one. Hey, so
How do you do it for an hour?
Feel? How do you feel?
I think we did 5 minutes and my cheeks.
We did 5 minutes? Oh boy.
Cheeks are very sore.
Yeah, so you probably got some benefits from it anyways, because how did you feel, in your body, and how do you feel now? And was it hard to get that natural laugh out?
I think so. Yeah. I think I was I think because it's the first time probably, I was like, you triggered me to laugh, and I would laugh, and then my body immediately goes to like, okay, calm down, like take a deep breath. It hurts, take a deep breath, and then you'd laugh again, and I'd be like, oh my God, this is funny. And then my body goes back to like, take a deep breath. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why. Is it normal?
Yeah, I think it's probably your brain saying, hey, I'm not used to doing this. It's not normal. Like, there's no reason. Why are you laughing? You're so used to just laughing at jokes, right? So it's a new concept. It's very different. And there are some inhibitions like, oh, well, hold on, I have to calm down. No, you don't. Unless you're like at the point where you're going to have a heart attack or something, like you just let go. You just let go, And I don't know if you notice, but you kind of have to do like, have to do this, once in a while. And this is the proof that it activates something in your body, right? It's like secretions. It's like something wants to get out. So it's actually really good because it activates something in your body. And when you're like, you laugh so much and you're about to cry, it's two emotions that are so, so close. So some people at the end of a session will just cry,
Wow.
because it was so close. They were laughing so hard for 10 minutes, and then it's like just jumping to that next emotion and crying it out, which is fine too. Like, we've seen that in sessions, and that's perfectly fine, and you just let it all out. So yeah, I think sometimes it does take a few sessions to get used to it, but the more you do it, the less your brain will think about it. It's not going to be, oh, I have to calm down. No, I don't have to calm down. You know what? We're not having this discussion anymore. The right side and left side of your brain is just going to be like, yay, it's time for laughter yoga. Let's do it. No thinking, nothing. And one of the benefits, there are so many benefits that I actually didn't mention yet, but one of the benefits of laughter yoga is that you must be in the moment, right? So if you start thinking about, oh, my cheeks hurt, and then, oh, I should just lower a little bit. Oh, people are looking at me and laughing. Am I like making this funny face? No, people are just laughing for no reason. So really, it's like being in the moment and hearing people laugh and looking into people's eyes and just being playful, and just having fun. So that's one of the benefits. It allows you to be in the moment. It boosts your immune system, boosts your self-confidence. So when you're at the point where you can laugh for no reason, it's like, I don't really care if people look at me and think I'm weird, because I know this is beneficial for my body and my brain, so I'm just going to do it. And it does lower your stress level too, because after your session, you feel like, oh, you're so like relaxed. And again, it produces endorphins, so that's proven to be really good for your mind and for your body. So for people that experience, depression, anxiety, it's actually good for them. So there are many, many benefits. And what's great about it is that, again, once you know how to do it, it's free. It's free. It doesn't replace any medication of any sort. So I'm not saying that if you have, suffer from depression, if you do laughter yoga, you'll get better. Well, it's going to help for sure, but it's not like a medication. It just helps people be happier, smile more. Yeah, I just want to mention, because I think it's very important.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we should do this again. And you'll see, the more we do it, the more you'll be like, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do it. Like, yeah, my cheeks hurt. So what? Let's keep going, because, at least my brain doesn't hurt, So.
Yeah. Is there an exercise I should do to kind of get my cheeks used to it?
Not really. No, there's no exercise for that. But smile, just smile, Yeah, but again, you can visit Laughter Yoga School website, and there are some exercises there where you can just see what it's about and kind of get used to the concept of laughter yoga. And if you have questions, like, Linda is so accessible. Like, she is a master. She's been doing this for, I don't even know how many years. I think she started in 2003, so she knows laughter yoga, and she's absolutely awesome. So for people that are curious about this, they can go online and visit the website, get a few more details. There's also an app that you can download on your phone, and you can laugh every day. You have like exercises, and you go through the app. So that's really good too, and it brings happiness to the world. And there are books about laughter yoga. So there's a lot of places where you can get details. And then if you're lucky enough and there's a laughter yoga club in your area, why don't you attend? Maybe not now because everything is canceled and all that, but it's a good way to start. And you may not like it the first time. You may think it's weird, whatever, but give yourself a chance, and you'll eventually enjoy it and think that it's an awesome concept for sure.
It is. It really is. And I feel, even though we did only 5 minutes and my brain was like, calm down, I do feel lighter. I do feel like, you know what? It's not, like, life is not bad. Like, I'm not a negative person to start with, but I do feel lighter. My head is like, I have cramps a little bit, but the rest of my body feels very relaxed. Yeah. Thank you so much for this. That was really fun.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, and again, if people are interested, they want to know more, they can, search the concept online. They'll find a bunch of details, and there's more than 100,000 people all across the world that practice laughter yoga. So
Wow.
again, it's global. It's cool.
Is it something you would recommend doing this on Zoom or via?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, for sure. I did it on the phone with one of my once. I'm like, we were both having a bad day, and I'm like, hey, how about we do this for like 2 minutes? So she went into the bathroom because her kids were home, and she was afraid that they would just look at her like, hey, weirdo, you know. But she went into her bathroom, and I was in my home office, and we laughed for 2 minutes. And even just on the phone, even if you don't see the person, because you hear this person laugh, it's just contagious. You just start laughing, and we couldn't stop for probably 3 to 4 minutes until her kids came to the door and knocked and said, hey, Mom, are you okay? Like, she was almost crying, and she's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. And then she was laughing and stuff. So it was good. And I did it on Zoom too with the other laughter yoga instructor, and it worked. We just, plug in for 10 minutes. And I also did it with my daughter, who's 8 years old, and she knows the concept now. Like, at first she was looking at me like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Oh no, I don't think so. And then she came back and, oh no. And she came back again and like, oh yeah, I want to do it. Yeah, sure. And then she laughs, and it's very, very funny. So with kids, it's awesome because they have this little voice, and then you laugh more as an adult because you can just hear it. And it's so contagious. It's very, very funny.
I feel like kids don't have the same inhibition that adults do. They don't really care if they look silly. They don't care if they're doing something wrong.
No, exactly. And when you do sessions, like private sessions in schools or with elderly people or in businesses, you adapt the exercises. So you wouldn't do the same exercises with someone that is older and that they cannot catch their breath as much as young people. So you'll just adapt the exercises based on who the client is. So if it's business related, maybe you'll laugh more about those files you just got, or you'll laugh pretending you're on a cell phone, because you can do that too. Like, oh, I'm having a conversation. What? You know how easy it is? Yeah. So any situation is good. So you'll just adapt. And with kids, you're not going to talk about, let's laugh about the apocalypse. They'll be like, can you define what apocalypse is? So you'll laugh about just doing the monkey, the monkey laugh. So there's no limit really, but you just need to adapt and just make sure that people who have, problems, health problems, they don't go that hard, but they can still practice it, and it can be very beneficial for them too. So
that was really fun. Thank you so much.
It was such a pleasure.
Thank you. And I might ask for another session at some point.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So that's my yoga, special yoga pause.
With your hair, it's looking way better. I can't do it.
Right? It's like, oh, it's moving. What's this?
It's like someone's photoshopping it. Left to right.
Exactly. Like, is it already moving? Is it my body? Is it my head? I don't know. It's something.
My cheeks. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I don't even know how to be anymore.
Yeah. Well, keep smiling. That brings peace and health in the world. So that's my advice for today. And just be curious in life. That's my advice too. Like, if something scares you, try it. And then if you don't like it, that's fine. If you like it, then do it again. But laughter yoga is safe. You do it with people. There's no judgment. It's fun, and you can practice it in your life. You get many benefits. So that's the summary of what I wanted to say, basically. So yeah.
Mic drop. The best way you could have ended this. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was such a pleasure. And if you have any other questions for me, you want to do this again, anytime.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
I can't.
Oh, come back. I can't do this. Oh!